All right, another banger of an episode. If you don't believe me, prove me wrong and watch it. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got Jessica, the Black Widow Borga. What a fun time. So easy to talk to. I mean, the aspirations are real with this one. The passion is real with this one. She's got a great sense of humor. And I would honestly say, after speaking with her, she's not going to back down from anybody. It's exciting times in BKFC, and you're about to find a little bit as to why. All right, everybody, enjoy. 3, 2, 1, yeah, that's a knockout.
3, 2, 1, yeah, that's a knockout. They call me kamikaze, put you in heaven's lobby. On gas, no brakes, you can never stop me. Nah, no, you can never stop me. Yeah, cause I'm the power slap king.
Slap some, baby!
I'm over this day.
Man, I love it. All right, Jessica, you ready? All right, everybody. Welcome to Slap Son. We got the queen in the building, the champ, the queen. She's here. Somebody better call Harry Potter. Somebody better call Megamind. We got the Black Widow in this bitch, baby. She's taking everybody by surprise. You got the KO heard around the world. Just barely happened. We're going to talk about it. Everybody give it up for Jessica, the Black Widow Borga.
What's up? What's up? Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Dealerships be damned. We're doing a podcast today, fam. Let's do this.
This day be damned.
this day can go to
I
hell.
can't wait to get into the gym later and punch something.
Oh, see, there we go. It's therapeutic, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Everyone who's paying those therapists out there. I mean, I'm not saying stop because, that can be healthy, but go to the boxing gym. Just
yeah, I mean, if therapy helps them, honestly, yeah, but working out and training, even if it's not for competing, is the most underutilized antidepressant out there. And it needs to be utilized a lot more because that's what really honestly keeps my healed me and me out of jail.
Hey, that's the best endorsement to go work out I've ever heard. You want to stay out of prison? You want to stay out of trouble? Go to a boxing gym, bitch. Let's do this.
I mean, it works for me. So.
And very well, I might add. You got this shiny belt behind you. I think it's working out.
It is. It's working out in my benefit for sure.
Dude, I love it so much. Well, Jessica, thank you so much for coming on. We, just real quick. So last year around June, we went to this Power Slap event because I'm a big MMA nerd. My first MMA fight was that I saw was Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture 3. So like a long time ago.
That's a good one.
Oh, dude, that was a good one. And unfortunately, I put money on Randy that night, and Chuck just took care of business. But
Chuck's vicious, man.
Oh, he back in the day, man. The nickname for Chuck Liddell was perfect. He just iced people, just the ice man.
He did. It's an awesome name too, man. I gotta give him credit on that one.
Yeah, it was a good one, man. And so anyway, Paige Van Zant was making her slap debut, and so my kids wanted to go. I wanted to go because I recognized the name, and not knowing what we would expect, I was kind of like, okay, what is this? Whatever. We go in there, and dude, Jessica, I had the best time. It was so much fun.
I bet.
Yeah, so because of that experience, though, we've been able to get into this fight game, and now we're branching out into bare knuckle, and I couldn't be happier. I'm having the time of my life, and I just want to say thank you for coming on. This is a big deal to us.
No, thank you for having me. I mean, I really appreciate the people that are taking the time to talk to us fighters. That's what helps us grow. That's what helps. And people don't give you guys enough credit. So I like to make sure I thank y'all too.
All right. Well, hey, let's dive in. I think the obvious answer on my end is that KO heard around the world, at least in the Middle East, heard around the Middle East. What was going on when that happens as a fighter? Because you train so hard, you know what I mean? And the 2 fights before this last one, I mean, you did quick workup with them as well. But
that one before I could knock them out.
Yeah. But that one just seemed extra, a little bit more grit. Did you feel that? Were you surprised when that happened? Like, what was going through your mind, if anything, in that moment?
Honestly, it's so hard because it's like a rush of things that goes through your mind, and at the moment I knew I was going to beat her and I knew that I had power to knock people out. But with my team that's getting my technique better, my precision better, my strength and conditioning coach purposely getting those muscles that actually make me even stronger. And I'm already very strong for female. Like I already have that knockout power, but getting all those things and fine tuning them I knew it was going to come. I just didn't know when it would be, of course. You know, I honestly manifested that I was going to be the first ever in bare knuckle history for a female to get the knockout. I knew I had the capability and everything with my team, that I was getting better, but it's just as hard to tell. In that moment, I honestly, if you could see the video when she was going down, I wasn't sure she was exactly knocked out. I knew I had the precision punches. Like, I knew the first one didn't. I dazed her with the jab, and I could tell that I hurt her, and then I doubled up the right hand. But when she came down, thought maybe she was hurt and she was coming in on me, and that's why I kind of like pushed her off to the side and just pushed her down. But then when she hit the canvas, I was like, oh yeah, there it is.
There's the magic.
There was a little bit of bad blood too, so I think I might have yelled "fuck you."
yeah. I was gonna say afterwards, there's a little bit of a fuck you, and I love the part when you pound your chest. I think you said, "This is my home." Is that what you said?
My fucking sport.
It's my sport. Okay, yeah.
And it is, because I mean, she wanted to. You know, I know that I didn't ever put anything against her credentials in boxing. You know, she was a 2-time world champion boxer. I never took that away from her. I was always respectful from the get-go until she was disrespectful to me. And that's usually how it goes with me, honestly. Like, I'm the nicest person until you fucking piss me off. Like, then I've got a version of me that is excited as hell, and more so to get in that ring with you, because the moment we get in that ring, you can't get away from me. And that's
That's just the reality of it, right?
Yeah.
Is that in the fight game, because you had a pretty long career so far. You're talking Titan, talking Bellator, all this stuff.
When I got thrown in fast.
Yeah. I'm curious to ask you, you know, there's a couple different ways to go about building up a fight, right? There's the obvious, like, they start talking trash about you, you're this, you're worthless, you're that. There's the other way of like, no, I want the best version of this person because I don't want any excuses. And there's more like camaraderie, you know what I mean? There's more respect going on. But I gotta ask, when they start kind of digging at you, does that, as you as a fighter, does that kind of calm you down and go, oh, okay, we're going to take care of business? Or does the trash talk amp you up and we're going to take care of business?
I think it amps me more up. I'm more of a high level energy person anyway. So I'm already like, I'm amped up most of the time. But I've only had 2 out of all my entire career, like all my fights. Like, I had 10 amateur fights. I had 7 pro MMA fights, and now I've had 3 boxing. And so, like, in a short amount of time, like, so I went pro after 2 years of being amateur, and I went, 10 amateur fights in 2 years. Less than 2 years, technically, it was a lot. Out of my whole career, I only had 2 people, her and one other, Amber Leibrock, which, I beat her in the first round in MMA as well for my debut in Bellator. So via armbar, but it amps me up in a different way, honestly. The worst thing that you could possibly do is talk shit to me. I mean, I am the prime example of tell me I can't do something and watch me do it kind of person. Like, so it amps me up in a different way.
Dude, I love that. That makes me think of that famous Dana White clip that goes around sometimes in my algorithm. He's just looking at the reporter and he's saying, tell me I can't do it. Tell me I can't do it.
I posted that.
You've got a little bit of that going on.
I know exactly the clip that you're talking about, because it is so, tell me I can't. I love that shit. Like, I love it. Underestimate me. That'll be fun.
Yeah, dude. It's funny. There's that whole conversation of like, motivation's great, but discipline is king, that kind of thing. But I got to tell you, that clip definitely motivates me every time, and I get chills every time I watch it. It's so good.
Me too. I literally have goosebumps right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I do.
Oh, look at,
I love that shit. Like, that is me, to a T. Like, I love being underestimated, and I think I have been underestimated a lot in my career. But what they don't understand is, if you look at the people that I've fought in my entire career, I got thrown in early in a lot of it. Like, I think in my first pro, it was within like 2 years of my MMA career that I got thrown into. I got UFC offered for the Contender Series, and I turned them down for Bellator. Bellator was offering like almost 4 times as much for my first fight. So, and I got to keep my sponsors.
Easy choice.
It was, but a lot of people were like, "Oh my God," because UFC is a name, that wasn't the biggest thing for me. So I went with Bellator, and I was in the top 10 in featherweight division. But COVID shut that down for 3 years after my first fight with them, and I was on a winning streak, and COVID kind of messed a lot up for a lot of people, but I came back and only lost decision to 2 top contenders, but I was like maybe 40 or 50% of what I was normally capable of.
Mm.
The health issues that I had going on, I literally almost died twice in the hospital. I was in the hospital for like 14 days, 2 surgeries within 5 days of each other, and I had a lot going on between those 2 fights. And literally at the moment I got cleared from all of that, like the sepsis, the pneumonia, everything that I had going on, I got word of my co-main event, the biggest fight for my career as of then in Bellator, and that was with Leah McCourt. And I only lost decision. I came out unscathed, but I wasn't me. Everyone could see it. And I would love to run that back, but I honestly, the moment I did BKFC for the first time, I found what I felt like I was meant to do from the get-go in combat sports. So like this is where I think I was meant to be, and this is where I was meant to I'm staying here. So
Yeah, well, I mean, it definitely feels that way. I mean, you're talking. We haven't even seen you go to round 2. I mean, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
And I'm only getting better. So I'm like, so the knockouts have come faster, so I feel like I'm just getting even started in this sport, and I'm excited. I'm really excited about what's to come.
yeah, I am too. I mean, uh, you can feel the excitement, you can feel the energy, and you can feel the passion, especially since, even that last fight where we're talking about this is my sport and you're hitting your chest. I mean, you can feel that like you want to be here. Absolute.
Yeah, more so than I ever did. Don't get me wrong, I love all combat sports. I love MMA. I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I love all of it, but man, when it comes down to how I feel in that squared circle, that's where I am so comfortable and so calm, and like that's just me. It's just me. It's just me having fun in there.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's an incredible story. I don't think people talk about that enough, to be honest. Like, I've listened to a few podcasts with you and obviously did some research, things like that. People don't really talk about when you had that fight coming out of being sick and getting better, you still fucking performed amazing. Like that.
Yeah, I mean,
They
I,
should
I
be
think I
scared
was
when you're
really
healthy.
shitty.
You know what I
I
mean?
think I look like trash, but
But that's
I
because you're just hard
always,
on
even
yourself,
I am, and even when I win in dominating fashion, I see everything I did wrong. So like that's what one of
Sure.
my coaches are really. They'll tell you, like I am hard on myself, but they think that's what's going to make me a legend. That's what's going to make me and that's makes me who I am right now. And all the things that I've accomplished is because of who I am and the discipline I have. And the being hard on yourself. Yeah, it's good and bad, but I think it's more good because it does push you to become fucking a savage, like if you really have that and you're never satisfied, you're always learning, you're always growing. So
Yeah, no, I agree. It's people go about it in different ways, but I'm more like you. Actually, my wife and I are more like you. We're very like, I would say, honest about ourselves.
I
Not
like
not
being
we don't look at
it's
the
not,
mirror and go, hey, fuck you.
yeah, 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 you don't have to be that hard.
But you do, but you do. Whether it's business or fighting or whatever, you really do need to look at your quote unquote performance and where the holes are so you can improve. I mean, that's real.
Yeah, absolutely. Percent. It is a huge vital part. I feel like if you're not doing it, you're not going to want to grow and you're not going to want to improve.
Right. I mean, gosh, I hate to say this as an example because she was such a rock star, but even when Ronda Rousey was getting in there, she, in my opinion, people that are listening and watching, in my opinion, she just tried to improve on her game a little too late in the game.
Yes.
She had that one move, and why wouldn't you keep doing it? It's
If it
working.
keeps working.
Yeah, right. So it's kind of like, maybe that's a nitpicky thing to say, but if she would have try and find the holes in her game and improve in her game, as much as someone like you, I think she would have had a longer run in the UFC.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when they're so dominating like that at first, they get in their head that they are the best. That they don't need to improve, and that's not everyone. I feel like I've seen that a lot in combat sports where they let the fame and everything get to their head to where they don't feel like they have to, and there's always this in any combat sports. It's constantly evolving. You're gonna have to keep your game up. You're gonna have to change some things. You're gonna have to improve in other areas. So the moment that you think that you don't need to improve is when you're gonna fail. And how you take that failure in her aspect as well. I've taken some bad losses, but it's made me even better of a fighter, I feel like, in every other aspect. So I feel like the losses really teach you more than the wins. And I'm a huge advocate for, like you said, being raw and out there. Like, there is never, it's not all fucking rainbows and sunshine all the time, man. This is a brutal sport. Any combat sport, you're out there by yourself. It's an unforgiving sport. You have to be prepared to take the losses along with the wins. There is never going to be a point in time that you are always going to win. There's going to be losses, and what you do with those losses teaches you a lot more about yourself than the wins. And I love putting it out there. I love putting it out where I am when I'm struggling, because it's not always going to be easy.
No, not at all. You really do have a good thing going right now. I mean, there's the obvious. You're the champ. You know what I mean? Things like that.
I'm going to be a champ until I decide not to be.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. There was another champ talking about you a little bit, showing all I just talked to Christine Faria, and nothing but respect, nothing but love.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
holy shit balls.
Well, I'll talk to you when we're done recording, and we will get into the nitty gritty. But no, I talked with her, and this is real. She had nothing but respect for you, things like that. But she would like to see you guys meet in the middle. So not at 125, not at 145, but 135. Have you thought about anything like that as far as pursuing like a champ type thing?
She says that's the middle, but yet she's proclaiming she's taking over the 35 division. She had a fight scheduled at 35 with Hardy before Hardy got as injured as she did, and she's probably done fighting. The whole thing that started that thing between her and I is she was going to be fighting at 35. I had just fought 2 weeks prior at 45. I told her I'd meet her in the freaking middle, which is 140, which I don't see how the 5-pound difference really is such a big deal. But it's not, it would not save her anyway. My coaches are like, no, we're not going under 140. There's no point in going under 140. If she's going to call me out, I don't even have to cut to 140. I could just say, no, you called me out, so you can come play with the big girls at 145. So, I mean, honestly, she wants to be a 35er now. So technically the middle is 140. I'm so done talking about the middle. If you 5 pounds is really that big of a fucking deal, you don't want to fight me. I'm just saying.
So it's not about what's cool about it though is like it's a fight game, right? So when people get energy from this side and people get energy from this side, do you think that's a fight that could actually come to fruition, or it's just a bunch of noise right now?
I feel like she's never going to take that fight. I feel like even if I agreed to 35, which I don't see the point in the 5-pound difference. I don't understand why it's such a big deal if you think that you're better than me. Which I'm sorry, but
no, you're good.
It would end very badly for her, no matter what weight class it was.
No, this is good. This is good.
I
it's
think
funny.
It's all talk.
No, you're good. I just want to put that into the ether. You know what I mean? You and her, because I would so tune into that fight, no matter the weight. No matter the weight, everyone's watching that fight.
And but the thing is, I'm told she walks between 135 and 145. I walk around really close to my weight. Like, I am not a weight bully at all. I just made a post not long ago. I was 146. I don't cut very much. I get max I ever get is 155. Like, max.
And a day in the sauna, that's gone. So
I honestly, I usually like to stay around 150, or like, but I've been staying pretty low because that fight was my last fight. I was promised it was going to be a little earlier, and so I stayed really close to my weight, and that's actually why I came in a few pounds under. I came in at 143. So, like, I mean, I'm not a weight bully. I'm just way more powerful than I look. Like,
got you.
It doesn't matter what weight class. Like, it shouldn't matter. I'm not a weight bully. It's not like I'm dropping a lot of weight, and she wouldn't have to gain anything. So it'd be like right there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like
both of us could do it right then.
Yeah, no, I mean, just hearing you talk and after talking with her, it sounds like now it's really not a weight issue. It's just a matchmaking issue.
That's what, I feel like. I mean, I said I would take the fight and sign the contract at any time at 140 and above. Anytime.
Well, I will be excitedly and patiently waiting to see what might happen with that. So.
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, we'll fight for the Queen of Violence title, Like,
that would be so good, a Queen of Violence card. Oh,
yeah,
hell
her and Hardy were going to fight for that at 135 because there's not a title at 135 yet. So that's what the original thing was. And then apparently they just were calling her the queen of, or she was calling herself the queen of violence or whatever it was that created that. Technically, she wasn't given that title. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not taking anything away from her either. I never have. You know, what she's done for BKFC and the women's division, I am not a disrespectful person. I will give all the credibility where the credibility is deserving. But man, shut the fuck up if you're not going to sign that contract. That's all I got to say.
You hear that, people? Let's get this contract signed. Let's do this.
Yes.
And I'll be front row for that one. I promise you. That would be incredible.
Well, that's what I mean, and then there's a little bit of bad blood there too. So like, you got to be careful with what you ask for, because the next one I'm putting through the fucking concrete.
Dude, the fight game's so much fun. Like,
it is.
If I had bigger balls, I'd be a fighter right now. Put me in the square circle. You know what I mean?
It does take a lot. It does. I think we all have to be a little crazy. Honestly,
Yeah.
And there is a very crazy side of me. Everyone's like, "You're so nice." I'm like, listen, it's like Jekyll and Hyde. I have a very dark side of me that even scares me. So like, yeah, I'm nice. Just don't push that button.
No. And that's why we're in the gym, because we're staying out of that. You know what I mean? We're staying out of that dark place. Yeah.
I work better with my demons now. So like, we work together instead of me having to fight them all the time. So
man, I love that. That's some Marvel type shit right there. I work with my demons.
It is. I feel like it's a superpower now, because I used to hate that mean, angry side of me, but now it's like, now I know how to, it's like control chaos. Like I'm learning to like really work with them like a superpower.
Man, that's great. I mean, and to get to where you're at, and for all the fighters that might be listening that look up to you, I mean, really think about that. Everyone's got both sides. You know what I mean? No one's 100% goody two shoes, and no one's 100% animal. And to marry those two in the fight game has got to be such an advantage.
And it took years. It's not like an overnight thing. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it to this day. But when I started working on that is when I really started to elevate my game, and everything in life started falling into place when I really started working on my mental health. Honestly, I'm fucking batshit, I know, but like when I started really working on it is when I started to, like, everything in life started falling together.
No, I mean, the only difference is, I mean, this is just my opinion. When it comes to that, you know, people having their struggles and their issues mentally or whatever, the only difference I feel like are ones that are just super honest about it. They get healthier quicker. And the ones that are kind of struggling to admit what's going on, it feels like a harder road, you know?
Yeah, and that was me for a while. I really didn't want to admit what my issues were. I didn't want to admit, you know, like a lot, and that made me, the toxic one a lot of the time. And I think a lot of people are afraid to talk about their mental health, and honestly, like, it doesn't make you weak to have those issues. You know, I had a lot of trauma in my past that made me the reason why I am, you know, how I am, and there was nothing I could do about that. But I can do something about my future, and I can do something about making the cycles broken from what was continuing. You know, I was continuing those cycles until I decided to put a stop to it, for my family, for my son, for me. So like, you know, it's all up to you. You can use it as an anchor to hold you down, an excuse for not doing something with your life and something about it, or you can use it as fuel. Fucking change it.
No, 100%. And man, that's powerful words. It really is, because so many people just feel like this is it. Like, what's the point? You know, whatever it may be. And it takes a lot of fucking guts, a lot of grit to get out of fucking bed and go, no, this isn't it. We're going to move away from this.
A long time, a lot of freaking work, and a lot of things that you don't want to uncover. You know, there's a lot of things that a lot of people would rather just forget. Like, don't worry about what's in the past. And technically, to be able to have a better future, you do have to work on the past. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I got to ask, so you got the one kiddo? Is that it?
I have one of my own and 2 stepkids, so 3 technically.
So you got 2 bonus kids.
I did, and
That's
it's crazy.
awesome.
I got spayed after 1 kid. I never even thought in a million years I'd marry someone with 2 more, but I literally wasn't sure if I ever wanted kids in my life, and my son was a surprise, but I'm so glad now. You know, if I did want a kid, I wanted a boy, and I got a boy, so I literally got fixed. Spayed one. I say spayed because I worked with animals for a long time.
Yeah, no,
but
that's
not happening
cool.
again. But then I ended up marrying with 2 more, and I couldn't be more happy. I mean, we have such a beautiful family, and you know that all of them are the reason why I wanted to, and finally was able to change my whole life. You know, and I wish I would have sooner, but it's better late than never.
Yeah. How old is your boy, your son?
Just turned 15, just got his learner's permit, driving around.
No. So I
And my
I
stepson's almost 15. So
okay. And do you have are they all boys?
mm-mm. One girl, she's 10.
She's 10. Oh
Just
my
turned 10 the
gosh.
30th of last month.
Man, you got a packed house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been married a couple times. I've been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my
Me too.
my wife, she got two bonus boys as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but man, 15. I'm in the thick of it with you, man. So my kid's 15. He's got his driver's permit, and I got to tell you, Jesus, like
I know it makes you like you're trying so hard not to be like, whoa, stop, stop, stop. You know, like just calm and collected. But I'm just like literally palms are sweating. I'm like, oh my god, you know. But my
my
son is actually a fantastic driver. I
is
got to
he?
give him mad props. Like he's been driving, you know, he's got dirt bikes and stuff like that. So he's been driving and mechanical things for a while.
Yeah, that's an advantage for sure. So because of my middle child who has his driver's permit, you know, my younger one who's 11, I've been taking him out driving because I'm like, we're gonna have this down by
That's
the
what,
time
yeah,
you get your license.
it is really good to get them started early. I know you're not supposed to, you know, have them drive, but honestly, like to get them started early really helps them to be less scared and less nervous when they're actually getting their learners and stuff like that. He drove from the DMV. He drove 30 minutes home and at usually the average pace of 65 miles an hour. And he backed it up into the driveway perfectly. So
Man.
he's a champ. I have to give him that.
Yeah, man, he's dialed in. That's cool. And I told this to Christine as well because she's got a teenager. Whatever they're telling you, Jessica, I got your back. Okay, you're correct. All right, you just let them know Joe's got your back.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because you know, whatever you tell them is absolutely bullshit wrong. Someone else could say the same damn thing, but if you tell them that, they don't listen to you.
Exactly. Yeah, gravity's not real. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a nice day, 15-year-old. Yeah.
The earth is flat. Okay.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. When did you? So I just saw the one or two posts on IG. Is commentating something you want to keep doing and pursue, or is that just kind of a fun thing on the side?
Honestly, I love doing anything with TV. I always have. I've always been very comfortable in front of the camera and interviews and stuff like that. I don't mind doing. I would love to. That was kind of a last minute thing, so I felt a little unprepared with that one. I didn't know as much about the fighters and stuff like that that I would like to do if I was commentating. I'd like a little bit more, you know. But they needed someone, so I you know, definitely jumped in to help out. It was fun. Um, I I don't mind doing it, but like I said, I want to be a little more prepared.
Yeah, yeah. Was it really that last minute, like a day before, a couple days before?
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Well, for what
I
it's
felt.
worth, you looked the part. You couldn't, you know what I mean. You weren't nervous. You didn't come across
Yeah,
as
thank you.
nervous
I
at
felt
all.
great. I wish I could say more about the fighters and wish I could, you know, put a little bit more effort into speaking whenever the fighters are doing. I mean, I can say it whatever, you know, during the time, but I didn't even know which one was which a lot of the time. Like, yes, I can tell right beforehand, but it's not always easy to remember. All right, the blue corner is Patrick. Like, it's like, you know,
Right,
so
right. People don't give commentators and announcers enough credit. It's a lot of freaking work in the background. Like you got to
it's a lot.
memorize.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I'll give it to Mark Charles though. He's fantastic. He is very, very well prepared. He has all the all the papers and everything that I got that night was very well versed. Everything was very clear. He was very, I mean, with his paperwork, yeah, I was able to do it pretty easy. But like he's an amazing commentator. He does his work and he's extra about it. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I've been lucky enough to get to know Cyrus a little bit. He's been on the show twice.
love
Um,
Cyrus.
and yeah, they just someone's really good at it, like someone like yourself who just goes in there and knocks people out, or like someone who's commentating and they're just they make it look easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it definitely, like anything, it takes experience to be able to get, you know, better at something like that. Of course, there's little like things that you can learn, I'm sure, to make yourself better for commentating. But you know, that was only my second time ever commentating. I only did one other one with Jordan Adams, I believe, and that was a while back as well. And that was with like a different language and everything. I think it was in Puerto Rico
Oh my
or
gosh.
Portugal or something like that. Yeah, something like that. So it was a little even harder then too. I was like, dang, I'm not gonna do too well at this commentating stuff. But it's
Well,
fun.
it looks as though, you know, that's a natural fit for you. So yeah, I hope they keep calling you with more notice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I would like that just so I feel more prepared.
Yeah,
If I feel more
100%.
prepared about something, it's always better.
Yeah, 100%. So man, you kind of mentioned it a few times, but before we get out of here, I really do want to ask you, like, you've come on the bare knuckle scene, you're obviously comfortable in it, you're tearing it up, you know what I mean? Is the goal to just clean out this division? Is the goal to be a champ? Is the goal just like longevity? I mean, is the goal as simple as just earn a bunch of money and get out of here? Because I know you have a passion. I know you got a
money's always
passion.
a plus.
Yeah.
If anyone says they don't want the money, they're full of shit.
Yeah, thank
But
you for
no.
that honest answer. But yeah, like what is, because you're kind of in the prime of your career, right? I mean, this is the part in the fighter's career where they may not have the younger self, right, as far as physically, but they don't have any mentality. And then when you get older, you got the mentality, but the body's like, hey, what are we doing? You're kind of in this sweet spot right now. So what are your goals in this?
Where I actually feel better even physically than I ever did in MMA. So like I feel better
That's
in
huge.
shape than I found. Yeah, it took me years to even get down to the nutrition part. So I finally feel like I got it all figured out. I am in my prime. Man, I honestly the goal is I've got something to prove to me and to my past. It's not even, I know everyone wants to say they want to leave a mark and they want their legacy. But it's more than that to me. I think everyone says that because that's just what they've heard and that's what they're supposed to say. You know, that sounds good that you want to leave a legacy. But even Mike Tyson's like, fuck that. Everyone says they want to leave a legacy. I do want to make a name for myself, and I'm going to make a name for myself. I'm going to be remembered as one of the greatest ever. And I am everything I have is being put into that. Like I want to be remembered for one of the best fighters ever to walk this earth. That's just for me, my family. You know, I guess you could say it's a legacy, but I love the sport and I love what I'm doing and what I'm proving to others and to be inspiring for others and to help other women that's been in the situations that I've been in with domestic violence and stuff like that. I want to be someone that they look up to. So that's pretty much my goal.
Well, I think that's a perfect place to end it. What a motivational and inspiring thing to say, right? And we wish you nothing but all of that. You know what I mean? You're putting in the work, you put in the time, and now this feels like it is your time. You know what I mean? The fight game is very like this. It's very quick. Things can change in a moment's notice, you know? And so,
yeah, and I'm not naive to that. I totally get
Sure.
it. I know there's definitely things like that, but with the amount of work I put in, the amount of like time, like you said, the discipline, the dedication, I just don't see anyone beating me in this sport.
Love it. All right. Where can they follow you on social media, Jessica?
Black Widow Borga is usually all my social media except for Facebook. It has Jessica Borga, the Black Widow. So
Okay,
all
perfect.
that has links to all my other social medias.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you again for coming on. Let's let this bitch upload. One sec. You caught me. I had to end the video. I love that you watched with, and I'm holding my big dumb cup. All right. Have a good day, fam. Bye-bye.